Hey everyone, it's Jack from Cultaholic back again with another one of these. You might remember I did one for SummerSlam, reacting to your tweets. Oh, and we had fun, didn't we? We certainly had fun.
He is handsome, he's a handsome man, strong beard.
And with Survivor Series very much on the horizon, we thought, what better way to make Jack actually do something than to have him react to a load more outlandish Survivor Series predictions. So without any further ado, fingers crossed it's going to be better than last time. Hit the intro, Sam. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually quite excited when I put the tweet out asking for your outlandish predictions. I thought, what kind of wacky stuff is the Cultaholic universe gonna come out with? So we'll dive straight in with the first one. Airfall happens. Thank you, Max. Thank you very much, mate. Getting the video off to a flyer. No, to be fair, some of you did understand the assignment and some of you did actually come out with outlandish, crazy predictions. So we'll take a look at a couple of genuine ones right now. Mark Calloway makes a surprise debut as a new character. No one mentions Taker. Now this is quite clever. This is a reference, of course, to The Undertaker's debut at Survivor Series 1990. And I do think it's quite a funny idea. I like the idea of Undertaker appearing once again as an entirely different character. But I can see them perhaps even doing a reboot, because reboots are all the rage these days. But it wouldn't be a modern reboot because WWE and Vince McMahon are always stuck 20 years in the past. So it would be like Undertaker 2000, and it'd be like future Undertaker, but in the year 2000. And if you think about it, it's quite a good idea. He could come out wearing like cool shades and a bandana and like new metal music, and it would all... Yeah! The men's Survivor Series match is just starting. Seth kneels down to sacrifice himself like last time, but then everyone else does the same. They're all knelt there looking at each other confused for half an hour, and then the watermark appears and the show ends. Like that one, quite a similarly weird one here from Azerhausen as well, who says, Austin Theory takes a selfie pre-match with the Raw team, but accidentally makes it a video, causing the team to hold the pose for several minutes, leading to a count-out finish. Very good stuff. This video is chugging along nicely. We might be onto something good this time, guys. Liam's got involved, bless him, saying the outer square make their debut, bit like the inner circle, but opposite, lol. Oh, Liam, man. Liam? It's a lazy effort, isn't it, Liam? It's lazy. Lazy joke, that one. But don't get too disheartened, because I've got a funny feeling you might get another chance before the end of this video. We'll see what happens. Now, a funny thing is, despite a lot of these picks being the right level of outlandish and wacky, there's one or two that I could actually see happening, like this next one from David. Austin Theory eliminates someone from Team SmackDown, then takes a celebratory selfie as McIntyre comes in and claymores him. If the timing is perfect, Theory gets a selfie the second McIntyre's boot hits his face. Now I think that might be the best tweet of this whole video, especially if it comes off. And I could possibly see it actually happening or something very similar. So nice one, David. No snarky comments from me this time. That was just good. The only way is up from here, and with a new surge of optimism, Liam's back for another go. Oh god. He says, all released stars are the Lumberjacks. See, Liam, what you've done there, and I can tell what you've done, is you've decided to go the wacky, random sort of route, which is fine, but if you're gonna do that, for it to really work, it needs to be a little bit more crazy and more out of the box. Take this next one, for example, from beloved Nirvana drummer and Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl, who says, Hornswoggle is bribed with a shiny quarter to eat an entire bath towel on camera. Do you see, Liam? Liam, do you see?
Do you see?
Do you see why this one works, Liam? Do you understand, Liam? Hornswoggle's not going to eat a bath towel, Liam. Jay says, Roman versus Big E isn't actually a match. It's Roman bringing out plates and plates of meat to lay on the table, brackets that he is the head of. Big E has to slap the meat until it's cooked. The match ends when Roman runs out of meat or Big E cannot slap the meat any longer. Now I wondered, were this stipulation actually true and actually happening at Survivor Series this weekend? How would Roman do it? How much meat would Roman Reigns physically be able to get to Survivor Series for this match? It's crazy. So I figured it out.
This is big brain time.
Now, there were quite a few butchers near the Barclays Center in Brooklyn where Survivor Series is taking place, which makes sense because it's quite a densely populated area. But when I clicked on Google Maps, the highest rated butchers in the local vicinity was Paisano's Butcher Shop near the corner of Smith and Wyckoff, as you can see on the map there. The biggest unit of meat that I could find on their website here was a 10-pound portion of dry-aged rib steak for the, I assume, bargain price of $249.59. Roman Reigns is reportedly on $5 million a year. That's according to Give Me Sport and Sportskeeda. Now, assuming he'd be willing to put aside 1 year's salary in order to win this match, which, let's face it, he totally would be, he'd be able to purchase a grand total of 20,032.85 10-pound dry-aged rib steaks from Paisano's Butcher Shop in Brooklyn, New York. But we'll round that down to 20,032 just to keep things nice and simple. Now, the distance between Paisano's wonderful establishment and the Barclays Center is a drive of approximately 8 minutes, or 1 mile roughly. But of course, then I thought, well, this is assuming that all large trucks can legally drive through the streets of Brooklyn to the Barclays Center, because there were some frankly worrying regulations on the nyc.gov webpage. But we're going to assume that you can do that, because I logged onto a little website called wikipedia.org, and it informed me that there are actually a set of truck turntables beneath the Barclays Center, which would imply that trucks can realistically get to the stadium. I mean, I don't know why I even wondered. It's a big arena. Of course trucks can get there. Also, in a little cheeky aside, the truck turntables are apparently quite notorious for breaking down now and then. Truck turntables at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. What do you like? Now, I'm going to assume that Roman Reigns would indeed get away with driving a truckload full of meat between the frankly wonderful Paisano's Butcher Shop in Brooklyn, New York and the Barclays Center, because let's face it, he is the tribal chief, he can do what he wants. But to be reasonable to the citizens of New York City, we're going to limit him to a smaller single unit truck, like a moving van, for example. The nearest place to get a moving van is Penske Truck Rental in the Columbia Street Waterfront District, as you can see clearly displayed here. And as you can see here on their official website, there is a wondrous variety of moving van options, of which we have opted for the largest one, obviously. It has a load capacity of 10,000 pounds, but uh-oh, Roman's got himself 20,032 10-pound steaks, and in total, in terms of weight, that is 200,320 pounds. So we're gonna have to do quite a few trips here, Roman, mate. So what I did was divide the total weight by 10,000 pounds per trip, which worked out as 20.032 trips. Or 21 trips. We're gonna have to round that up because rules are there for a reason. That last trip is gonna be pathetic. Just a few steaks lobbed in the back. The rest are already at the Barclays Center, Roman. Get a move on, get your foot down, son. But of course, that's 42 trips there and back. Or 41, I guess, because we wouldn't need to really take into account the return journey on the final leg. All the steaks have already been dropped off for Big E to slap. So 41 trips times the 8-mile journey would take a total travel time of 328 minutes, or about 5.5 hours. That could easily be done the weekend of the show. Roman could be getting things in place as we speak. And no, I don't know exactly how much the van costs to rent for 5.5 hours. I mean, I did look on the website, to be quite frank with you, but I would have needed to put my mobile number in and email address, and I wasn't willing to give my personal details to the wonderful establishment that is Penske Moving Rentals, or Rental Hire, or whatever they were. I didn't want to do that, right? I'll be honest with you. For this little video, nah. Then you also need to take into account things like the extra manpower WWE would require to load and unload the meat from the truck and transport it to the ring on the day of the show. You'd also need to take into account the extra money supplied to Paisano's wonderful butcher establishment for the extra purchasing of extra meat at such short notice, and also the presumable overtime that the damn fine staff in that establishment would have to work as a result. Then you have to take into account as well the fact that those pesky Barclays Center truck turntables underneath the arena keep breaking down every bloody day. It seems like a lot of hassle. Hassle that the tribal chief would no doubt have no problem taking on to prove that he is worthy of acknowledgement. He'd definitely do it. So I think the real question we need to answer here is, could Big E slap 20,032 10-pound steaks before the point of human exhaustion? So I decided to work it out. If Big E went at a consistent, uninterrupted rate of 1 slap per second, he could do 20,032 slaps in around 5.5 hours. That is, of course, assuming that 1 slap would be enough to dislodge 1 steak per slap, 1 slap per steak, of course. Now we need to take into account Big E's estimated muscle mass, respiratory rate, and the level of humidity within the Barclays Center itself. And we need Becky and Seth both win and have a live sex celebration, you guys. Now, that's not a joke, is it, Josh? That's not a joke. Like, you really want that to happen, don't you? You really, really want that to happen. By bell time, the teams won't be the same at the start of the night and just pick random fans to fight it out in the colour shirts that they are wearing. That's a good one. That is a good one. I like the idea of them just giving up on Survivor Series. They clearly don't care about it that much and just picking random fans. You're wearing a red shirt, get in. You're in a blue shirt, come on. Who did this tweet, you might ask? It was Liam, yes! He's done it! He's finally done it. At the third time of asking, yes, but the important thing is that he's finally done it and he's finally submitted a good tweet. This has taught me a life lesson. Never again am I going to underestimate one of you on one of these videos, because I know you've all got it in you and I know you can all do it. Let's see what JK has to say. He's the next one up. I predict that after the Roman/Big E match, with Roman stood in the middle of the ring celebrating his victory, Adam Pacitti runs down the ramp, takes out the whole bloodline and steals the Universal Championship. Cameras follow Pacitti to the back where he headbutts Vince. Got a big Pacitti fan there. In fact, looks like we found Pacitti's alternative account, haven't we? Let's take a look at that handle just to make sure it's not him. The handle is Come Lord 9000. That's disappointing. I have to give Fraser Porter credit actually for that joke about it being Adam Pacitti's alternative account. He did submit one of these, and so did a few of my other colleagues here at Cultaholic, but unfortunately none of them were really funny enough this time. Especially this one. That's a shame. But why not finish with a happy one? Life's too short, and Social Work Boy seems to agree on Twitter, saying Big E and Roman just have a nice cuddle in the ring. That's lovely. That is absolutely lovely. Hey, thanks for watching this video. We've got tons of Survivor Series content coming out over the next few days. I'll be doing what happened at in the immediate aftermath of the event. Ross and Andrew are going to be doing their live reactions, which will then be edited down and put out on the main channel. And Pacitti will be doing a live stream as well. Tune in and share your thoughts with him as the show's going on right here on this very YouTube channel. There's loads of stuff, and I thought what better way to end this video than with an actual physical look via the magic of Google Street View at the brilliant establishment that is Paisano's Butcher Shop. Here it is. Sam, throw up the picture of Paisano's. There it is. Wow, what a lovely little butcher's that is. Hang on, have you spotted that? Enhance, Sam, enhance. Oh, enhance one more time. No, free delivery. Wasted all that. Wasted my day. I'll see you next time.